Love thy neighbor. Still the time to burn. Most of this is Douglas fir. There's a few pieces of spruce in there. Give her a peace of mind to make sure that if she's cold, and then we're going to top off the cage with the remainder with short cuts of cedar. And she's afraid of a cold snap. The truck is all full, good to go. And welcome back at a 200 episode of Travis Does Firewood. And today we got a very special delivery. Let's do it. So yeah, I got a ping from a long-term customer of mine, and it's the beginning-ish still of April. Springtime is here. It is definitely warmer, but rain is on the horizon here in the PNW, and her wood that she has is dwindling down to the very bottom of the stack, and she's afraid of a cold snap. So I'm going to deliver her a cage of wood over there in the truck. However, I don't have enough short splits of softwood that are dry enough. So what we're going to do, so we have a little bit right here that we can give her right there. And then I have some more short splits or cuts over yonder that are dry. And then we're going to top off the cage with the remainder with short cuts of cedar. Now, I usually have cedar chunks available, but I think what I did before when I had some cedar is a lot of it was at a short length, so that I just made them into short cuts, kind of like chunks, and so I'll sell that with this load, average the two softwood and cedar, and then I will deliver it to her, pay delivery fee, and then stacking fee, big she's not able to stack herself, and so it would give her a peace of mind to make sure that if she's cold between April and into the beginning of spring, that she will be warm enough, because she's an older lady, which is totally fine, but as you get older, you need to be warmer inside your home. So without further ado, let's get loading. Alright, so that is all of the softwood that I have available of the short cut variety. Most of this is Douglas fir. There's a few pieces of spruce in there. I have spruce. So I was hoping that there'd be more in here for her, but she still has wood, and so the rest of it will be cedar, small splits. And so I'll see that in a minute. I measured it. So yeah. So the remaining cage will be cedar, and that should be good. And so I'll just tell her that to mix the cedar with the regular other softwood, so it's not too hot, and it will burn more evenly than the straight cedar. That'll be burned really hot and really quick. So let's fill the rest up with cedar. All right. So behind me we have the cedar short cuts. Usually I have cedar chunks available, but for whatever reason, I forget. I think what it was is I got a bunch of cedar, and it was already cut down to super short. So this is under 16 inches. So I'm selling it as chunks or shorter splits. So this is so I measured this the other day, and it was at like, I don't know, like 11 to 15, maybe 18 on the outside. So I'm gonna call it good on the inside too. And usually I had this kind of like a falling down, kind of like a bulk store with food. But I stacked it to get more in here. So I have this section, both are dry at the moment. So hopefully this cedar, I mean, now the time to want to burn campfires outside. And I have several customers that buy a cage full of cedar chunks or shortcuts, and they had just raging bonfires outside. So we're going to load up the cage now, fill it up. So we had definitely taken out a chunk of the cedar area here. I got like, I don't know, that few sticks down there. So that's good for next time. Basically, one face is going to be a cage, or maybe like one face and a half. So I have maybe what, like one or two in here, and like maybe three in here. So I have that left over for the summer, spring and summer, to be able to sell that I know is going to be dry. So the truck is all full, good to go. I'm going to tarp it off, head that way, and we'll see the customer wants to have it be to film to be unloaded and stacked. Maybe we'll see how that goes. If not, I'll come back and see how the delivery went. But yeah, the whole point of the episode is all kinds of wood can be sold for definitely a profit based on the quality and species, as well as it's still in certain areas in North America, it's still the time to burn. People are still, Chile is still kind of cold, and because it's past Easter, do not write off having to start a wood stove in the early morning or nighttime to make sure that you and your family members and your home or your barn, your garage is warm, because it does get kind of chilly still. So anyway, let's get this delivered and make that money. All right, as you can see, cage is empty, delivery successful, customer is happy. But so she watches the channel, so love you, neighbor, and I wish you hope that you're well and better. But just to show you, love thy neighbor. I mean, so take a minute, check in on your family, your friends, your neighbors. Make sure that they are okay, especially if they are elderly or sick and they're by themselves. Type thing. So, and every time you deliver firewood or deliver anything, interact, be kind, be curious, because you don't know what's going on their end, type thing. So I hope this firewood will keep her warm for the rest of the cold season, and I hope to see her in the late summer or even the fall to make sure that I can continue to provide her with a quality firewood at a reasonable price. Anyway, yeah, so people are still cold, to make sure that everyone is warm. All it is. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And remember, life is too short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll. Stay safe, keep cutting. Cheers. All right, as you can see, cage is empty, delivery successful, customer is happy.